Should we jump in?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
We're looking good.
We are looking good. Hello and welcome to the Movie Marathon Podcast, a place where we watch movies and then we talk about them. We're not experts. Sometimes we're not fans. Just consider us this a conversation with a couple of your friends, and we're talking about movies. My name is Gabriel. I'm your host today, and I'm here with my fellow fighters, Dixon and Eric. And we are here for the final time in this rewatch series as we close out our Mortal Kombat binge with the just released Mortal Kombat 2, fresh in theaters. And it's actually a big day. This is kind of how we always envisioned the podcast. Big binges leading up to a new release. So we finally have completed our first vision of doing this beautiful Mortal Kombat series. We brought it to a fatality. And as we always do on our podcast, we talk about our first experience with this film. So, Mr. Dixon, what was your first experience with Mortal Kombat 2?
I think I had a very similar experience to you guys and to our friend Anthony. We were lucky enough to see this movie together, which was, it's always always a joy to see movies with you guys. Like whenever we get a chance to do it, it doesn't happen too often anymore, but when it does, it's always great. But my initial reaction to this movie was I had a great time seeing it. And we'll get into it as we'll talk about the movie, but there were some moments that I was like absolutely blown away by.
Eric, what about yours?
Well, I was sitting next to Dixon, so I mean, our experiences are very similar. Yeah, it was fine. It was stupid and fun and absurd, but it was definitely it was actually this just dawned on me, the first Mortal Kombat I've ever seen in a movie theater.
Wow.
So that's
Same here.
Yeah, that was a fun. I mean, the audience wasn't as crazy as I would have liked them to be, but they were still like reacting to stuff in a fun
They were
way.
into it.
Yeah,
way more than I thought they were going to be.
They were gasping and stuff like
all right,
that.
yeah, maybe we have, yeah. I mean, in any sense though, but it was all laughs and cheers. It wasn't like, oh, it was just laughing at the absurdities. But it definitely added to it being in the theater with people, especially in Manhattan, right?
In IMAX.
Yeah.
In IMAX.
With Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, maybe. He was there, right? Didn't we see him?
I mean, he was around there. He was in the area right around the time we were on the street. So
he was right by Penn Station at, what was that, 8:30?
Yeah, he was right over there. So,
and it was a 6:00 movie, so you definitely could have seen it.
So I think
not.
it's safe to say he was 100% in the same movie theater. As
we
us.
got out at the same time. We were on the street at 8:30. It was like the first showing, one of the first showings that night. He could have gone and then just.
Would he go to a movie theater, a public movie theater, like near Penn Station with his kids?
If that's the showing and he's around, he's like, yeah, sure, book it.
Well, wasn't he on?
No one's gonna recognize him in there.
Wasn't he on Colbert? Like right that night?
Yeah,
Like, didn't he go on to talk about the Odyssey? So what if he went to the movie and then literally just went over and like?
No, they record that stuff early. They record that in the afternoon.
Yeah,
or vice versa. Maybe he did Colbert first. And then went to the
that
movie.
still checks. He went to Colbert, then he went to the
Then he went to the Odyssey.
He went just to watch the trailer in IMAX, and he was like,
See
"I
how
guess
it
we'll
played?
stay."
We missed it. So, what perfect timing we got there. That was amazing. It was incredible.
Literally sat down as it was starting. Yeah,
That's never happened to me.
That's how I prefer to do it.
Yeah, like flying. Like you don't want to stop.
Never-
You just
Well,
want
never
to
has a
walk
problem.
plane.
through
It's never
security.
not worked out for me.
right on the plane. Yeah.
Another time.
Do you know about Dixon? He missed his flight like by seconds flying.
I
to
didn't miss it.
Austin
It left without me. Essentially, I didn't miss it. Is what
Yeah,
happened.
he didn't miss the flight. They closed the
They
door. They were like,
decided
"This
to
spin's
go
one."
without you.
Before we get into my flight stuff, no, I want to just show off our Mortal Kombat trading cards. We got an IMAX showing.
Come on. Which one did I trade you, Eric?
Oh, yeah, I gotta get mine. Hold on, give me a second.
I got Jade. You can get him. I got Jade. I got Kitana. right here, and I got Liu Kang, which is actually a sick one. Oh, I want to make sure Eric sees this one again, but I got Liu Kang with some fire on his face.
That's cool.
And then I have just the general whole group of everyone. Eric,
Listen,
look at the fire. Look at the fire Liu Kang has. He looks like undead on his face.
Well, move over. I don't see it.
This is probably terrible.
Well, maybe he is undead. So I have.
All right, go Eric.
I have a Shang Tsung.
I have a Shang Tsung too.
Which he was barely in the movie.
Yeah.
Raiden, who was also barely in the movie.
Oh, I got Raiden too.
And then I traded Dixon. What did I gave you 2 cards.
You gave me 2 people, yeah.
For Noob Saibot,
yeah,
otherwise known as Bihan.
I think you gave me Jax and Kano, which Kano's is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then gotta have my boy Johnny Cage.
Sick. We have like the whole cast here. We just need to get like a Sonya.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Very, very, very sweet.
I'm glad we got those over the popcorn buckets.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Sharing over the Shao Kahn's horns. Cool. It would have been so hard to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun experience. I had a good time at the movies. And that was actually the first time I've seen a Mortal Kombat in the theaters too. So that is pretty interesting. But I thought the crowd was good. And I was surprised how many people were coming out to see it. They seemed to enjoy it.
It was packed. Every seat.
Yeah,
it was. All right. For the final time, let's get over to our portals to Outworld. And get over here into production history. Get over here! Okay. I just want to say this before we really start rolling here, because we get into the movie in production history, even though we like to do our plot breakdown anyway. Spoiler alert for everything that's about to come. The movie's fresh. We don't usually do spoiler alerts, but since this is a really fresh movie, if you clicked onto the Mortal Kombat 2 2026 movie podcast breakdown, spoiler alert, we're about to get into it. Okay? All right, so before we get into the film, we like to do how the film came together. And there's not too much since the journey started in 2021 from movie 1 to movie 2. But there are a couple of things to talk about. So as we know, last time it was an HBO Max and theater simultaneous release. This obviously became part of the case of whether to make a sequel or not. The viewing numbers, we dipped into this a little bit. But there was at least talk of a sequel before it was officially turned into one. The director had said he was open to it. The original writer said that it was envisioned as a 3-parter, essentially. And they had teased Johnny Cage, obviously, at the end of the film. So even Joe Taslim, who plays Sub-Zero and Bihan, or Bihan in general, he has said he was contracted for, I believe, 4 films. So there was already talk that this would have just been coming. And yeah, Greg Russo, the original writer, said the structure essentially, and they sort of follow this, is the first film is pre-tournament, the second film is tournament, and the third film is post-tournament. So we'll see actually what that is. But by design, it's kind of meant that way. So did you guys expect this going in, essentially, that this film would have been the tournament? I know that there's certain things that they changed, but plot-wise, was this the movie that you kind of expected to come into?
I was going to say, I think that was what I was hoping for out of this, was for it to be the full-on tournament and to have multiple fights taking place throughout it. I mean, the one that looked the most like the games was the Cole and Shao Kahn fight, where they're both standing there and then they had like the bars over the top, and they're literally like diagonal to each other. Like it looked like you were playing the video game. And as soon as I saw that scene, I was like, I'm good. This is everything that I needed from this movie.
That was so well done. Is that when they went from widescreen to full screen?
They did that a couple times.
They did. Okay. So like the camera like kind of positioned where they were in 2D almost. And then it went from wide to full screen. As if,
the aspect ratio changed.
Yeah, it was so cool. Such a cool little like thing they did there.
Yeah, I love that. And even though the writers in these 2 films change, the original writer was Greg Russo, and then Jeremy Slater, who created Moon Knight, came on to write this one. you do feel like they're kind of just a film and a sequel. You don't feel like there's like a big changeover in some ways. And, the film obviously is not perfect. And I think this one is much better than the original. Original meaning the last one in 2021. But it feels very much like a continuation. And Jeremy Slater brings kind of the same energy, even though the plot's just a lot better here. In some ways, I don't think this could have been number one. It feels you need parts of the 2021 version, but this is kind of like the movie that was meant to be. This is the movie that we were supposed to get initially, I feel like.
I agree. There is not a single lull in this movie.
No.
Yeah.
It
nonstop.
is non-stop. Whereas like in the first one, I think we must have spoken about this. There's like a 40 minutes like part where they're just chatting and talking about the tournament and the good guys and the bad guys and
the Arcana.
Arcana. And this is just fight after fight after fight after fight, and it's just nonstop. So they did a 180.
Yeah.
And it's quick too. It's like right from the get-go, even though you're bringing in Johnny Cage, who wasn't in the first one, but he's a character that I would assume most people going into this movie would know from either the games or the 90s movies. They still kind of like have to bring him up to speed a little bit. So they use him as like the device.
Yeah.
He's like the vessel to kind of get you like, all right, you don't need to know everything that happened in the first movie, but here's the basics that we're going to explain to him. But again, it's quick. It's just kind of like, this is the basics of what you need to know. Here's what we got to do. And we're off. And so it was like really quick, just right from the get-go.
Yeah, totally agree. And in some ways that's to the film's detriment. But the Arcana thing was actually the next thing I was going to bring up, because they mostly do adhere to the previous one, even though I think this is like a level up and they're much more confident in what they're doing and in making a movie that it seems like what they kind of originally wanted to do. But they do drop the Arcana thing, and I don't really mind in any way. I never had a problem with it previously. A lot of fans did, but they don't address it all. I don't miss it. They don't talk about like the dragon tattoo or anything like that, the birthmark. But should they have mentioned it just for continuity's sake? Do you guys miss it? Do you even care?
Didn't Rain say it?
He never said Arcana. Maybe they just said the power.
Dixon, I thought I turned to you and we were like, did he just say Arcana?
No, we didn't. We couldn't tell. I didn't hear what he said, and I looked at you and I was like, "Do you know what he said?" And you were like, "No," and you were like, "Arcana," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like maybe that's what
I
he
don't
said.
think he says it.
I don't think it was either.
Okay,
but no, I don't. I honestly did not miss it. I don't think it was needed. I think it was just something like the Arcana was them getting their powers and gaining their powers so that they were able to fight in the tournaments. Now, like they're done with that. Like,
they don't need to put
no
a name
need to
to
bring
it.
it up. Yeah, no need to bring it back.
I guess Johnny kind of does get his Arcana, but yeah, they don't need to say anything like, "Oh, he now has his Arcana." He has a special power, whatever it is.
Again, they were in like the heat of everything going on, so they didn't need to like stop and explain it to him.
Right.
It was just like they needed him to fight, and he was either gonna die or figure it out and get his Arcana, and they didn't need to like explain this is what it means. It's just, you getting your powers.
Mm-hmm.
I read a review that said the Arcana is like the midichlorians of Mortal Kombat. Just like an unnecessary, like you don't have to call it anything.
Yeah.
Just leave it. Like they got powers. Like that's it.
Right. Why do you need to explain it in any way?
Don't
Or it's a
explain it.
stupid thing to explain.
Well, we didn't. We were shitting all over it in the first one.
Yeah. So yeah, Jeremy Slater's the guy to thank for that. And he was signed in January 2022. And then in May 2022, he confirmed that Johnny Cage would appear. Obviously, they hadn't booked Karl Urban yet, but they were saying they were going to defy fan expectations, all that. And by that time, Simon McCoy also returned as director. And so this is where casting starts. And Urban was eventually in final talks by May 2023. And they brought back pretty much the entire cast of the original, which was cool to see that everyone's back. It's kind of like the exact inverse of Annihilation, where like no one is brought back. But let's talk about Johnny Cage. Let's talk about Karl Urban. How did we feel about this? Because I watched the trailer once before the movie. I like Karl Urban, but I felt like he was like going a little miscast. And then when I saw the movie, I still feel like he was a little bit miscast. What do you guys think?
Eric?
I agree with you. I was actually surprised on how flat he was. Like there was not much delivery there. You know, that wasn't just already on paper. Like I don't think he added really anything to it.
I think he was good. I think he was funny. I agree that maybe it was just written well enough for him to just take it as is.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know,
he didn't add anything. Like everything that was funny was a funny line for him to say. You know, like
all
he didn't
one-liners.
like
All one-liners.
He didn't have any. He didn't add any charm that. And I think the three of us, I would assume, pretty much like Karl Urban. He's great in everything he's in.
Mhm.
And so I think I was disappointed.
I don't think he was bad in this. He doesn't have a lot to work with other than funny lines. I think he got better as the film went on. But in the beginning, and I have this partially in my breakdown as well, the film is at its worst when it's trying to recruit Johnny and trying to get him on board. Once the movie really gets going and it focuses on the fights and the Mortal Kombat lore, a lot of stuff with the bad guys, that's when it's at its best. But the Johnny stuff is just handled poorly. It's handled quickly. It's rushed. And yeah, I didn't think he was that great in this. Sometimes you still hear his accent. There's so many Australian characters in the movie. Just make him Australian at that point.
How old is Jean-Claude Van Damme right now?
Could he do it?
He's got to be in his 70s.
Yeah, so there's no way. But how funny?
I mean, there's a way. There's a way.
I'm sure you can, but how funny would have that been?
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been because he turned down the original movie.
He
right?
is 65.
Oh,
okay, not bad. Not bad.
That's like, how old is Tom Cruise? Like
He could do it.
65?
He could do it.
Tom Cruise is like right around there.
I always thought Tom Cruise would be a sick Johnny Cage. That would
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Tom Cruise, 63.
You know, they were looking at him for the original, so.
I know.
Lyndon Ashby beat him out. So, other new characters, good people. Toddy Gabrielle as Jade and Adeline Rudolph as Kitana. How do we feel about both of these actors?
Better than the Kitana and Jade in the originals.
I thought they both did a nice job. I thought they had a good amount to work with. Obviously, Kitana had a ton, but Jade had less.
They actually did a really good job writing Jade and Kitana.
Yeah, I thought they had a good. That's why I paired them here because they're
Jade was like an assassin who worked closely with, I guess, Shao Kahn, and Kitana was the daughter of Shao Kahn, like prince, like royalty. It worked. They were both. They didn't just like write them in just to write them in. It seemed like they actually had some pretty like meaningful scenes together.
I liked their dynamic too, but the relationship between the two of them. Like I think they were both kind of like, well, we have to do this, but we know it's not right, but we're trying to help. Like we want to make sure, like they wanted to protect each other at the same time. Like no matter what happens, like they were both there to look out for each other. So I enjoyed that dynamic, and obviously they were very integral to the plot overall. But just their relationship was what really sold me on those characters.
Yeah, I thought they layered it well, where there's Kitana's double cross or not double cross, her kind of being a good guy is not super surprising when you see the beginning, obviously, but then Jade, you know, her turn and going with her friend, but initially selling her out. I thought it could have gone either way, that Jade could have just been a bad guy, but I enjoyed what they did. I enjoyed what they did with that.
I totally agree. As you were saying it, I was like, oh, they like 2021, Jade would have been a bad person that would have gotten killed. But in this movie, they didn't write that in, which I think is much better for the overall story.
Mm-hmm. And then big villain, we have Martin Ford as Shao Kahn. And Ford is a 6'8" bodybuilder, huge presence. I thought he was incredible as Shao Kahn. What did you guys think?
I think, Dixon, do you mind if I jump in real quick? So
yeah, go for it.
You prefer Annihilation, Shao Kahn?
Obviously. I said this. We went to a bar afterwards and chatted about Shao Kahn. I thought that this guy's performance as Shao Kahn made me think less of Tom Hardy's performance as Bane. Now let me explain. There's wearing a mask. You're limited, right? Tom Hardy had his eyes, and I remember Christopher Nolan saying that he is such a good actor with his eye expressions that he can basically cite his lines and with his eyes, and you kind of, that's why he casted him as Bane. He had a good voice as well, and he was such a physically menacing figure as Bane. We're still talking about Bane.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, this guy had he had a full helmet. He had no eyes. He had nothing, and he was convincing. He was menacing as well. His voice was booming, and he's not a fucking actor. This guy's a bodybuilder. I was impressed. I thought he did a pretty good job. Like, let me digress. Was it an Oscar-worthy role? No, but still, this guy doesn't have the credentials as like Tom Hardy did for Bane. So I think he did very well. I thought it was a very good performance.
Dude, it felt almost Vader-like to me.
Yes.
Where and this guy's doing the voice and the physical performance, but the physical performance is a lot, and whether they dub the voice but he had to actually deliver the lines either way at the moment. But he did an amazing job. I thought he was so good as Shao Kahn. And even if there's obviously some CGI there, but I thought he was great. Thought he lived up to it.
Like you said, Vader.
He's a moose, this guy.
Huge. You said Vader. I was thinking like Thanos too, like just like that intimidating. Like, and I say Thanos on the side of anytime he fought somebody, their death was on the table 1,000%. Like I thought he could take anybody off the board at any point. Nobody was safe. Like that's how intimidating. Like the first fight where he's standing over his body, it's just like his entire like muscle structure just takes up the entire screen, and you're just like, oh, he's gonna kill every single person in this movie. Mm-hmm. No questions asked.
That was a cool shot too, when he's like walking down the stairs, invading King Jared's like domain, and you see the sun behind him, and he's just like a dark figure walking down the stairs in slow motion. That opening scene reminded me a lot of the opening scene of the last one, like a little bit of history, a little bit of like seriousness, but we'll get into that, I'm sure.
I kind of want to see it again now. I won't, obviously, too. But I had a good time. I had a good time with this movie. So then we have Queen Sindel, played by Anna Tuwin, I believe is her name. Don't have too much to say about Sindel. She didn't really have a big role in this. You guys have any Sindel thoughts?
Forgot she was in it.
Yeah.
It's very quick, honestly. It's a little bit wasted.
I think her fight was when I was putting my bunch of crunch in the popcorn.
So then we have Damon Herriman as Quan Chi, who previously voiced Cabal in the 2021 film.
Huh.
I liked Quan Chi in this. Dixon, how did you feel about Quan Chi? Because I have a relationship with him. I remember from the games. One of my favorite characters. So what did you think about Quan Chi, the necromancer?
I completely forgot he was in the movie until you mentioned it. Right?
He had a pretty big part.
He's an important character in the games, and this is the first time we really saw him on screen. I mean, there was a couple shows like beforehand in the 90s. I don't think any of us saw it, but it was a very integral part of the story. He was raising these characters from the dead, and we got them all back.
It's funny because no character, essentially there's no plot armor really, and then at the same time every character could just be brought back now.
And it's really funny because like Mortal Kombat, you fight to the death, and yet all these characters come back for Mortal Kombat 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Lines. And it's like, we just don't ask questions. It's just like, oh, okay, they're all back again for this game. So it's like, well, because Quan Chi.
He just brings
does it cheapen it at all that anyone can essentially come back?
Dude, Mortal Kombat, like, come on.
It's based off of the games too. It's like if that's what happens in the games, it could very easily happen in the movies.
It's flexible. Yeah. It's negotiable.
Okay, C.J. Campbell as Baraka. Highlight of the movie for me.
Yeah, me too.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Probably the best character. Maybe him and Kano, best characters.
Yes.
Not Johnny Cage.
I mean, I like Johnny Cage, but
I don't say it was bad, but there were other standouts.
I'm
Baraka.
so happy Baraka wasn't just like a character in the tournament.
Yes,
he was like a tribe. They're like, oh, we gotta. What'd they say again? We have to go through his territory to do something.
They have to go to get to Shao Kahn's castle because they can't, or his palace because they can't use Raiden's power.
Yeah, so they had to cut through his tribe, like his little village. And
So
Baraka,
cool.
I mean, they didn't have to do that. I was just expecting Baraka to be like one of Shao Kahn's bad guys, but they made it a little interesting, and that's kind of how I always thought of Baraka, like a tribe leader. And they brought and he's kind of a good guy.
It was so good. They didn't have to do that, if that makes sense. They
I
could
said
have
the
just
same thing. They
could
didn't have
just
to
made
do
it
that.
awful,
Yeah,
and
they
just
could've
made
made
him a
it
shitty side character, just like an ugly like monster that comes in and fights.
He reminds me of like the Little John character from Robin Hood.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It's,
I have to cross this river, and then I'll befriend all of you, type thing.
and it's pretty much a self-contained subplot too. Once they it's long. It's like a long sequence. It's probably like 15 minutes or maybe shorter than that. But it felt considerable part of the plot. But once they part ways with him, he's in that last scene.
Yeah.
But it's essentially self-contained. It's like a little piece of the story. That was, and I thought Karl Urban was really good in that scene. I thought that was his
when
best
he
scene.
was the best, when he was interacting with Baraka. What about the nut punch?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We talk about the Goro nut punch, and now this one. This one made sense. It was part of the whole scene. It was Karl Urban, Baraka. That whole thing was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
By
It's
far.
a shame what they did with Goro in the last movie, but this kind of gave Johnny Cage Goro fight like a new light here.
Well,
I
they'll
know.
just bring back Goro now. We can have him again.
Yeah.
Who's the other Goro that?
Kintaro.
Oh, right. No, the other. Yeah, Kintaro. Yeah. Okay, so everyone else pretty much was the 2021 cast, more or less. So I just want to do a little rapid fire of just some of the players that we came back with. Shang Tsung, wasted here.
So stupid.
They
Yeah.
tease it, though.
I don't even know what he did.
He got really, interested in the amulet. They teased
But
little
didn't do
Deadly
anything
Alliance.
with it. Like,
Was
Him
that
and Quan Chi
Shinnok's-
have that scene.
Shinnok's amulet?
Yeah. Come on, you know it's Shinnok's amulet. What about Cole this time around?
I mean, spoilers, but the fight, the way he goes out, I was shook. I was like, I like, and again, because it was who he was fighting, it was like, all right, there's a good chance he's not going to make it out of this fight, or they're going to find some bullshit way to, get around him losing, like how they did with Johnny in the first fight. But then when he gets his head crushed and like they just like drags him into the water, I was like,
Water.
Oh
That's acid.
or acid. I mean, I was literally like, oh, that was the main character from the first movie. Like they just wiped him off the board halfway through in the most brutal way possible.
I fucking loved it. I thought that was great. I knew he was fucking toast when he said something like, I have a family back home, but it's do or die here. Some shit like that. And then as soon as, by the way, Shao Kahn should not, he's a boss. He's just in random fucking fights now. So
I thought about that too. Yeah.
as soon as they face off and he's got like the hammer, I was like, oh, he's so fucking dead.
Well, think about it like this: he's defending Outworld and Edenia, so he's the best fighter, and Quan Chi gave him the amulet, so he's invincible. So why wouldn't he just fight and win?
They just fucking cheat, the bad guys. The whole movie, everything's about them. Even movie one is about them cheating, and then this movie's about them cheating.
That's true. They
They
literally
just
just cheat
fucking
the whole
cheat.
time.
They just cheat the whole time. Speaking of cheating, so they bring back some dead players, Kano, and then also Kong Lao. We talked about Kano. It's so good. He was good in the first one, but in this one, Josh Lawson is even better. He's more unhinged. Maybe the writing is better too. Not everything hits. It's just like it's like Marvel on like R-rated speed, but it's just a ton of one-liners. Not everything sticks to the wall, but the ones that are funny, they're good. I really enjoyed Kano's performance.
I have a question. Some characters, when they brought them back to life, they were like basically under control, like under a spell, and some weren't. Like, for example, Kung Lao had like black eyes,
Yeah.
and he was turned bad, which makes sense. Like, I'm bringing you back to life, you're under my control. But Kino wasn't.
They say in the movie, I caught this when we were watching, they say he's like already corrupted. They can't like corrupt his soul anymore.
Oh, okay.
That's what Quan Chi. He's like lost already.
Got it.
How did you guys feel about Kung Lao coming back?
It was cool. His hat's cool.
It's fucking wild, yeah.
That fight was actually one of the best ones.
It was really good.
Yeah.
That was such a good fucking fight with Liu Kang.
That was another one.
By the way, Liu Kang, 180.
Dude, he's beefed up now too, right?
180, dude. And his fights were great.
He was 10 times. It was like he was a different actor this time around.
Yeah.
He was like a kid in the last one.
I took him way more serious.
He was amazing. And then he was in the white outfit with the red.
Yep.
With the red belt. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Kung Lao fight was awesome. The Shao Kahn fight was good. Right? He fought Shao Kahn. He died. Yeah.
He fought him twice. He fought him in the palace, and then he fought him again at the end.
Yeah. And so I think my prediction is, we do spoilers here, right? Do we have to say spoilers?
We've been.
So he dies. Shao Kahn kills him, and he's back. He goes to the afterlife, basically. And I think I said this in one of the last episodes, but in Mortal Kombat 1, which was released like 2 years ago, I think the video game, it's called Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah.
Kombat. It's a reboot. And Raiden is a fighter, and Liu Kang is the god of fire.
That's sick.
So he could come back as the god of fire in 3.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So cool.
I have a lot of thoughts for 3. We'll get there. So 2 more big characters just to talk about here before we wrap up casting and all that. Scorpion is back this time around. Was he wasted? Do we need him?
He was wasted in the first one.
Even more wasted here, I think.
But this is what his role is in these movies now. He's just going to come in for a scene or 2, and that's it.
And he's an old man. They should have just made Cole Scorpion, or maybe that's. Well, I have a thought for Cole, but I just feel like it's like, oh, we have to do it.
Scorpion should have retired at the end of 1. Been like, I killed Bihan. Now I can finally rest.
And that's it.
And Cole should have taken up the mantle.
Then we wouldn't have gotten the cold death in this movie.
Both of them, we wouldn't have got the cold death, and we wouldn't have gotten Noob Saibot, which was, I thought, the coolest fucking character.
You don't.
Okay,
that was my next one. We could talk about it. I thought it was wasted.
He was. I can't get over how fucking consistently amazing this costume designer is.
Yeah, the costumes
everything
are amazing.
They do. I don't know who it is, but like it's so good. It was such
really
a good costume.
It was really good. Dixon, how'd you feel about it?
About the costumes or
Noob Saibot, his costume, what he wore. Both of the returns for both of those, Scorpion and Noob.
Scorpion was cool. I like that character, even though I think I do agree that it was a little underutilized. Maybe not wasted, but definitely they could have put a little bit more emphasis on the character, or like had something at the beginning of the movie that ties in him coming back a little bit more. Like I feel like he didn't come up at all in the movie until that scene. But I still also think that the Noob Saibot, like that whole fight, if I didn't know who that was, and so like as it's going on, I'm like, is that an evil version of him? Is it like another character? Like it didn't make sense for a little bit, but I thought the fight scene itself was pretty cool.
Yeah, the fight was great. I mean, all the fights in this film were amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, but do you remember some of the moves he was doing? Like, I just remember Noob Saibot's moves in the game he would like go underground and then come up on the other side of the character of his opponent.
Yeah.
And he was doing that the entire like that.
You're
was like
right.
The only
that
thing
was
I know.
cool. That was cool.
And he had other like shadow like Noob Saibots with him that looked a little different. It was cool.
I was confused when I was watching it because I was like, oh, is that rain or is that smoke? I I want more ninjas, so I was just trying to will them into existence. Where is Irmak? Where is Smoke, Rain, Cyrax? Where are all these guys?
I mean, we'll get the robots. We'll get the robots in like 3 probably.
I hope.
But then
Fingers
what?
crossed.
Ermac and Rain, and that's it.
Smoke.
He's a robot.
Oh, right. Yeah, we need the robots.
They're definitely coming.
So then, I hope. The movie actually got stopped by the writer's strike. Do you guys see any disjointedness here, or that anything had started and stopped at all?
Not really. No.
It's all just disjointed.
I have an idea. Johnny Cage's whole character stopped and started up again, and then stopped and started up again.
I have that in the note. Yeah,
that
yeah,
was the biggest one because he was like the by far the main character for the first 20 minutes. They abandoned him for 20 minutes, brought him back for 5 minutes, dropped him again. Like
totally,
there was a lot of that. I noticed.
Totally.
But I'm not going to walk out of that movie and be like, really expected the writing to be a lot better.
we can hold every movie to a high standard. You were saying last episode that you're hoping that any movie could be Batman Begins. So
yeah,
you know, we can hold it to a higher standard.
What I said was Nolan basically ruined movies for me because I'm always anticipating. I think everything could be a realistic, good story.
Yeah, well, it could. I think this is the one of the better takes we're going to get on it. It was pretty self-aware, even though the writing or the plotting, whatever it is, was kind of a shit show. It was the most cohesive I think we'll get, even if I do want to hold it to a higher standard. So before we get into the film itself, just want to talk about a couple game connections. I don't have a lot. I just have like some light ones. Maybe Eric, you caught a couple of them, but mine are basic ones. Like Johnny appears in his Hollywood hunk skin from Mortal Kombat 11, which is his updated, modern, iconic look. Raiden's design is based on his Mortal Kombat 4 standard costume. Kung Lao is in his Mortal Kombat 11 silver medalist skin. And Noob Saibot is in his Mortal Kombat 11 Kilgore skin. Those are the specific ones. And then I don't know if you guys caught Johnny Cage doing the finish him during the Kitana fight before she mercies him. He was kind of just swaying with his arms up like this.
Oh, that's so good.
And then Shao Kahn goes, finish him. And then he just falls. It's like he counted out the clock.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
And then the bartenders in the bar with Johnny Cage, right? Those were the creators.
Yeah.
I was going to say there was an applause when they came on, right?
Or the bartender and the fan.
Yeah.
That's Boone, right?
Yeah, Tobias and Boone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. I was like, I figured it was somebody that was involved in the game or the creation of it. So yeah, that's cool.
Did we talk about Noob Saibot? Tobias and Boone.
We could mention it again.
Okay.
Yeah, do it again.
You want to say it?
Creator's name. It's an anagram of their names.
It's
Noob
backwards.
Saibot.
Anagram?
Yeah. No, it's not an anagram. It's backwards.
Amalgam.
Is that what that means? An anagram is when the words with letters are mixed up.
Oh, yeah.
This is just reversed.
Disinformation podcast, guys. Disinformation podcast.
Lack of information podcast.
Don't listen to us.
Were there any other references you guys caught in the movie? It's so fresh. These lists take a while to come out, but
yeah, it's too fresh. I mean, the maps.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
They did such a great job with the maps. Fine, we've never gotten in any of the games.
The
Or
last
in
one was like
any
in a
of the
cave
movies.
the whole time.
It was the training.
It's bullshit. Yeah.
Whatever arena. But can we remember them? So it was that obviously the acid one.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
The spikes with Sindel and who's
Yes.
Sindel fight again? Kitana?
Yeah. No, that was Sindel and Sonya.
Oh, and Sonya. There was that weird portal. That
The
was
main one.
with Kung Lao and Liu Kang.
Oh, that one's a really, really famous one. I
That
feel
was
like
the IMAX,
yeah.
the ratio where it like
Yeah.
you did
Yes.
widescreen too.
Yeah, that was sick.
the main portal room or the
Those-
main of Kitana's town or whatever. The town square was also one.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's Adenia. I never thought that.
Yeah.
I think those are the only 3 I can think of, or 4 I could think of.
The throne room?
The
Is that
throne room
one?
probably is one of them. Now that you mention it, it probably is.
Remember the throne room in the game where there was like those floating guys?
Yes. Yeah.
I was hoping they'd do something like that, but it was like a tower in the sky, like a floating. Yeah, I don't think they did anything like that yet.
But the levels were so good,
and they
so
didn't
good.
explain any of them.
Yeah, they didn't need to.
Interesting how they brought them to the tournament. They just vanished and then appeared.
I liked that. They kind of like dusted them. It was similar to how Marvel like dusted.
I liked the whole like administrative aspect of the tournament in '95. Like there was like a tent and like you sign up.
It's funny. That one is it's much more official.
It's official, and I like that. And this is just like you're in a tournament. We're gonna just take you from wherever you are, and you're fighting in this weird place. But like I do like they're like name,
fill out your waiver,
realm. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Here's your release form.
It seemed like there was some like official authority behind it. Like, no, there are rules. We can't do that. Like, oh, Shang Tsung's at it again.
Yeah, it was. I like the way they did it. It was interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
It moved the plot along for sure. That was ultimately the intention.
Quickly.
All right, you guys ready to get into the movie here? Because I think the tournament has begun. Okay, so quick recap coming into this film. In the first film, essentially what happens is the bad guys try to take out the good guys before the tournament starts. That's essentially the plot of number one. And they're able to fight them off, but they lose Kung Lao in the process. But they also gain Cole Young, who is Scorpion's descendant. And they're prepping for the actual tournament and plan on recruiting Johnny Cage, I believe, to replace Kung Lao as that extra person. It's much more structured in Mortal Kombat 2 of like 5-on-5 and all that. And Outworld is trying to think about resurrecting some dead warriors, and the tournament is drawing closer. So that's kind of like the setup.
Is that cheating?
I think so. They're constantly cheating. They're trying to kill
resurrecting dead guys. Okay,
yeah, I think so. I would think so.
I would say it's
tournament
cheating.
called Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I would think so. Okay, so
Mortal. Sorry,
you think so? So the opening, as we said before, is similar to the first one. It's not a cold opening, but it's like a flashback scene that sets up the whole film. So we open in how is it pronounced? Edenia? Edenia. We open in Edenia, and Shao Kahn has essentially conquered Kitana's realm, and he faces off against King Jared, which is Kitana's father, and Queen Sindel is there. Jade is, I believe, a young version of Jade is there. The whole town is there, and this is a pretty sick fight to open with. Like I said, very similar to the first one. They open on a sick fight, and it eventually ends where Shao Kahn puts his broken sword through Jared's hands and slices off his fingers. It's fucking gnarly. Yeah. And in this fight, I believe Jared also kind of like mortally wounds Shao Kahn, so he like kind of almost loses, but Shao Kahn in the end comes out and beats him, and Kahn takes over this realm, and you see, the imprinting and start of Kitana's hate for him and all that, and she refuses to kneel. So we already mentioned it, but you guys feel like this scene did it justice in the opening?
Yeah,
it wasn't as cool as the first one, the Scorpion Sub-Zero one, but I thought it was very cool. It kind of gave us a little bit of a Thanos Gamora relationship, like kind of right off the bat. But I do like how they go back. They give us like a little bit of history on what we can expect with these new fighters.
Yeah,
I'm just reading about King Jared right now.
I didn't have much to say about him. I have him in my notes, but I didn't have much to talk about.
I will say that opening fight definitely set the level of gore again. Like how I think it upped it from 2021. Which is, again, something else I was looking for this in this movie. And this was definitely a brutal, like I felt bad even, we had just met King Jared like 2 minutes ago. Yeah. And I was like, oh God, don't do it. Don't, like I was freaking out that he was going to die 2 minutes into the movie. So I think that they just did a really good job of setting that up and setting up the intensity and like the fear that he was bringing into the role for this movie. So yeah, I thought it was great.
So now we are over back in Earthrealm, and Raiden and Sonya are trying to recruit washed up actor Johnny Cage. And so the first scene we see Johnny is from a scene from Uncaged Fury, I believe. And it's kind of this Chuck Norris style scene. How did you guys feel about this intro? This like purposely cheesy opening for him.
Wasn't it called Citizen Cage?
Oh, Citizen Cage. Right. Citizen Cage. Right.
That is a great name. It was kind of similar to the first one, to 95, how like the opening scene was like him filming a movie, and then instead of us being on set, it's like him at like a Comic-Con, basically. Yeah, it was fun.
Then he had this weird move where he was just spinning his arms around and not doing anything. And then they brought that move back to when he was fighting Baraka, and they were both doing the same thing. And I didn't like, it was funny to watch, but I didn't understand the joke.
I completely forgot he did it in the beginning
because it was just ridiculous, right?
Yeah,
like,
just
why?
Ridiculous.
And I was like, why is Baraka doing this? But I was like, maybe I'm just thinking too much into it.
Johnny's face also was hilarious. Like he's just smiling with the sunglasses on. He's just like,
yeah.
Like, you have no idea I'm about to punch you in the nuts.
Yep.
And so you mentioned it, Dixon. He's at a kind of a Comic-Con convention. No one's coming. He's washed up. Kind of a has-been, and he's in the parking lot. And I feel like this is where I was totally bought in with the opening scene, fine with the Chuck Norris style Citizen Cage thing, and the convention I thought was interesting. But this is where I feel like it gets clunky and kind of rushed. Raiden and Sonya appear in the lot. They like bring the lightning. Johnny says a bunch of stupid shit, just one line after another. And then they're just like, we're just going to take you anyway. And they're just like in Raiden's world. And they just info dump on him, like, here's a tournament, and he's like, fuck you, I'm not coming, all this stuff. And he leaves, goes to the bar, and gets dusted over and pulled into the tournament anyway, as does Sonya from the temple. So how did you guys feel about the opening? I know there was one specific scene where Sonya was talking to Johnny. It was awful, this scene. It was terrible. It was not great. And Anthony actually turned to me and just goes, "This is so bad." I was like, "Yeah, it was rough." And everything after that, I think, improved for me. But
what was she saying to him? Like convincing him to?
Yeah. Like you're
an actor. Yeah.
The gods will come either way. And he's like, "I'm an actor, babe.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this shit." Billy the Butcher,
reluctant hero. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, it's, I don't even remember it because I was probably like, this is just fucking garbage.
And it was moving at, no pun intended, lightning speed.
It was lightning speed. But by the time he met Raiden, there was about 6 minutes before we have our first fight with him in it.
Legitimately. Yeah. And that actually takes us right here to Johnny versus Kitana and Sonya versus Sindel. So I like the way they have at least some structure to the tournament, and maybe this is when I think the movie does improve after all the Johnny stuff, because you kind of get refocused a little bit. You're in like your first round, and so there's 3 rounds of combat, essentially pacing our acts for the film. And so Johnny gets thrown in the ring with Kitana. She pretty much beats him the whole time, and through that, Shao Kahn is watching. And eventually she has the moment, like we mentioned, where she spares him. Johnny does finish him and he just falls. And we learn that you can just mercy someone in this tournament. And then we see these like glowing pods in the sky, and Johnny's pod kind of essentially just fades out. What did you guys think of those pods? Did they help you keep track of things? Did you not like them?
In the trailer, I think I said this to you, Gabe.
Yeah.
In the trailer, you saw the pods real quick, just like a second. And I was like, oh, are those like the gods overseeing the tournament? And then I think you said, no, that would have been too cool.
Yeah. It was like in the.
It was just a scoreboard.
Yeah. It's just a scoreboard. Yeah.
It's stupid. I don't know.
Which, and like, is that in every realm? Like, is it just in one place, or is it in all the realms that people can see?
I don't know.
You know, like I
don't know where these fights are taking place. Obviously, Edenia.
In like New York City, you just have these like pods, like people just like waiting in Times Square, like
they're like, what is that?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, one went out. What does it mean when one goes out?
It's all over the news. Oh my God, the red pod went out.
Are you team red pod or team blue pod?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so good.
So I'll talk about it here because she spares him. I couldn't place exactly how many times Kitana visited them in secret, but Kitana is a spy for Raiden inside the tournament. It's kind of a twist, but not really a twist. But it pays off from the opening. Did you guys feel like Kitana would switch, or did you expect this when she was kind of traveling through the realms, or when she spared Johnny? Did you kind of know?
I felt like she was the whole time. Yeah, I never felt like. I just felt like that was the natural progression for her character, was to get to that point of becoming one of the good guys, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that just because you knew Kitana as a hero growing up?
You're talking to me or Gabe?
In both. Doesn't matter.
Yes and no. I just felt like the way that she portrayed it was like she was trying to do the right thing, and that was just
she was basically Gamora.
Yeah,
which is fine. Like, but I like that there is basically, for the first time ever, we introduce a little bit of a conflict with Kitana.
Yeah.
I mean, it's identical to Gamora, and I'm talking about Gamora. What was it, the 2012 Gamora? Because in Avengers, when they're like,
it's the other Gamora.
The other Gamora. Yeah.
Infinity War Gamora, not
Infinity
Endgame
War
Gamora.
Yeah. She's conflicted, and she's siding with her stepfather, and then ultimately chooses the right side.
Kind of interestingly, Jade is a little bit of Nebula, where she sides with the bad one, and then also just turns. They just steal this from Endgame, pretty much. Is that what they did?
They truly did. It's the same.
That's
same
so funny.
Thing.
It's the same.
It's the same
wow.
thing.
Like they fight, like they have this little like back and forth of
Yeah.
like, I don't like you, but we're sisters at the end of the day,
Mhm.
you know? Yeah, it's literally Gamora and Nebula.
Yeah. Oh God.
All right, so back to the tournament. Sonya Sindel, we mentioned this already, the room with the spikes, and she fatalities her right through the spikes. It's pretty fucking sick. She like does the push. And did you feel, I mentioned this kind of before, but I do want to talk about it. Did you expect more out of Sindel? She comes back raised through Quan Chi, like the Revenant or whatever they call them in the movie. But did we want more out of Sindel? We didn't even get like the yell, right?
No,
a little bit, but not a lot.
I mean, she's under control, and that's kind of what she was like in the game.
Yeah.
There was no time.
Right.
How are you going to develop these characters?
Right.
I was fine with it. Whatever.
So Sonya and Johnny Cage go back to the temple. Johnny's officially out of the tournament, which didn't really like dawn on me that he wouldn't be fighting in the tournament again. So it's interesting. They give him all the Baraka stuff, and this is where we talk about his character kind of just like dips away. But he was like out at that point.
Yeah, he's out.
So they're tied 4-4, and then simultaneously during all this, Quan Chi at some point revives Kung Lao and Kano. I don't believe we see the Kung Lao revive, but we see the Kano stuff where he comes back.
We think it's Kung Lao. They're setting it up because you see his hat.
Yes, that's right.
And then
that's
they
right.
revive the body, and we're expecting Kung Lao, and then it's Kano.
That's right. That's right.
Which was kind of well done.
The Kano stuff all was I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Even when he gets the eye later from Quan Chi, even though the line is to was like, oh, this one's HD. It's like so dumb.
Yeah.
But
I still want
fun.
some sort of metal.
I think that's coming.
Yes.
I think that's coming. And so Kung Lao, they surprise Raiden in the temple, and he uses his razor hat to slice Raiden's throat. They almost kill him, and he's got that like stupid blue line through his throat like the rest of the movie. It's dumb.
Like
Raiden,
everything internally for him has to be that color. Like his
right,
organs are that color. And his
stupid.
blood.
He's just lightning. It's like
dumb. It's so dumb.
encapsulated in a body.
Skin and lightning.
Yeah.
So, do you guys? Is it disappointing? Raiden's just incapacitated again. They just have nothing to do with him. They don't know what to do with him.
It reminded me of the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie when
Zordon
was like, "Wait, what happened?" His like tube gets infiltrated.
Yeah, he's just like in there, like oh.
And then, but then he's laying on like his little glass coffin for a while. That
Yeah.
was basically what happened.
He's in like a sack. He's just wearing like
he's
a
in a sack,
potato sack.
or if you want to go back to Avengers, it's basically
Odin.
Nick Fury like that, and Odin,
I was
Nick
gonna say
Fury
Odin.
and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. It's the same vibe.
It's the mentor who's leading the team. He can no longer help for.
Now they're like rudderless. They've like figured it out for themselves.
Yeah.
So they steal Raiden's power. For some reason, they need it from Raiden specifically. They don't really go into the gods at all, as we mentioned earlier, but they get Raiden's power. And then we get a nice little scene where Shang Tsung is kind of envious of the amulet. That's like the only time we get in development from him. And I've said this before. I feel like this teases like a Deadly Alliance thing, which is one of my favorite games where he and Quan Chi team up. So maybe we'll get something in 3, or if there's a 4, Mortal Kombat 4.
That has to happen.
I think that's what they're laying the groundwork
That
for.
has to happen because Shao Kahn's dead.
Which is so frustrating to me. I like that Shang Tsung's alive because they're saving him from other stuff. But Shao Kahn is the end all be all, and Goro is one of the other ones. So you have 2 of the biggest bads out. Shang Tsung is a player, but I don't know. They're going to have Shinnok next.
They just bring
I think,
everybody back.
Deadly Alliance.
I think Deadly Alliance would be fun.
Yeah.
But so Shao Kahn is now immortal, as if he wasn't already. But now he's completely unbeatable.
It's so true. Like,
it's ridiculous.
He did not need the amulet.
They're just fucking cheating
also,
again.
He did get his throat cut like 11 times.
Yeah. He gets beat constantly, but it's ridiculous. But so I did feel like things were kind of flowing a little better now. The movie was getting kind of in its place, a little more comfortable, and we were moving along. And so now we kind of go into round 2 a little bit, and this is Jackson Jade and Liu Kang and Kung Lao, which we said probably the best fight of the movie, or top 2, top 3 is Liu Kang, Kung Lao. Gives them both kind of a great arc. Liu Kang has a lot of force to redeem. Kung Lao can't do it, and then just fatalities him with his own helmet or hat is so sick. And yeah, I love this. I thought this was awesome.
That was probably the best fight.
Highlight for sure.
Yeah.
And Jackson Jade, not really much there, but Jax spares Jade as, gives it back to them just to even the odds from last time. And then obviously that pays off later when Jade then does the other heel turn and comes back to the other side. How'd you guys feel about that?
Doesn't Jax die?
Later.
Oh.
Shao Kahn.
I honestly don't remember the fight with Jax and Jade, but
it just happens in the same in the same like
montage,
main square.
whatever,
Yeah, it's there's not much there.
Yeah.
And I believe in this same set or right after it, Cole versus Shao Kahn. And this is like we said before, a sick fight. They do the video game style lineup. The aspect ratio changes, and once again, Shao Kahn is now immortal. So Cole actually does beat him. And for what it's worth, I think they give Cole like a nice send off where he's able to beat Shao Kahn and then just gets killed by him because he's immortal, and they just gets fucking bludgeoned. It's fucking brutal. Dixon, you said it before, but I have it in my notes. My question is not even a question. It just says, Dixon, you were shook.
I was sitting back in my seat and I moved up and my head was in my hands. And I was I can't believe that's how he got murked. It was just so not like overly shocking, but it was shocking to the point of like the brutality of the death.
Yeah.
For me. Like I was like, if he's going to go down, he gets stabbed, there's some blood. He says something before he goes into the acid or like before he actually dies. But that was just like, nope, his head's gone. No more head. and now his body's disintegrated. Like, yeah, it was shocking.
Eric, how'd you feel about it?
It was cool. It was a sick map. It was a sick fight. I can't say I was too startled at Cole's death just because I just didn't think much of the character. I remember looking over at Dixon like, "You all right?" But it was cool. Again, like the maps and like the little like details that they were giving us, I think were really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch, and I think in some ways, killing Cole I don't know if you have to accept what the fans say, the online response, but Cole was the worst part about number one, and yet somehow killing him and giving him this arc in this one makes him a lot better, improves the character. And I don't know about you, Eric, if you feel this, but I could see him coming back
as Scorpion.
No, I was going to say as Kenshi.
Oh, that'd be cool. Isn't Kenshi?
He's blind. He has like the bandage over his face.
I think Kenshi, I think, is on the mural in the first one.
Is he?
I think so.
It would have been cool.
I mean,
that would be sick.
Wrong. We could be very wrong. You know what I just realized, actually? And I guess I'm asking both of you this. What was your favorite part about Mortal Kombat growing up?
The ninjas.
We don't have a lot of ninjas.
It's so annoying.
It's weird. We do not have... After Sub-Zero was killed in the first one, we basically eliminated all the ninjas.
Yeah.
Now they became like lightsaber battles at the very end.
Yeah, right. It's like one thing to save.
One tiny thing and an epic finale will throw in the ninjas. But we have no ninjas right now.
It was always my favorite thing was the ninjas.
Me too, yeah.
They gotta save that. Like you want...
Even Reptile. I liked what they did with Reptile, but they didn't even put him in ninja form.
I thought they would have brought him back. Even when I saw the acid in this movie, I thought we were going to get something.
Yeah. We basically have Mortal Kombat movies with no ninjas.
What if you bring Cole back as Reptile from the acid?
That's not
no, it's not. No. Scorpion or Kenshi. They'll bring him back, but
I don't think Kenshi. I don't think Kenshi makes sense.
He has like the right look. It could be cool.
No, because he has the blood of Hanzo. It's not. I don't think Kenshi is that.
No, he's not in that same line at all. No, they'd have to completely change his backstory. But I don't know. It could just be fun. So at some point after this, so Cole dies, and they really don't dwell on it at all. I think it mentions in passing, but then they're like, "Oh, Cole never came back," and then they just move on with it, and that's it.
Yeah,
I know.
That's literally all they say.
That's literally all they say. But so with Cole dead, and now Shao Kahn is immortal, and Raiden is incapacitated, they have to find a way to get to Shao Kahn's palace to destroy the amulet. That's essentially the plan. So Liu Kang, Jax, Sonya, and Johnny travel to the Tarkatans to find the hidden entrance. Right?
I think it's
Tarkatans. So this is where we meet Baraka. We all said this is probably our favorite sequence. I love that Baraka's not just like a mindless monster. He has a personality, and this is where Johnny Cage really comes into his own. He tries to get him to fight Baraka to fight Liu Kang, and does this whole great insulting sequence, and then Baraka wants to fight him, which is I saw it going that way, but so fun. Loved it. They did the aspect ratio again. They fight through the huts, all the little kids. It's so good, and then ends with the nut punch. I
want to know that's something that's very convenient. Not only are these people from different countries, they're from different realms.
Yes,
and we all speak English.
Universal language, baby.
Johnny Cage calls Baraka a pussy, and he gets
pissed.
So angry.
Yeah.
So angry.
That's such a good point.
There was one scene I thought, the only scene I actually like out loud laughed instead of chuckled was when he walks into one of the huts, Johnny Cage, and he sees the two Tarkatan children.
He goes, ah!
No, he goes like, ugh.
Yeah, right. It's really good.
Yeah.
Dixon, you love that? You're a big JC guy?
I love that fight. I love the nut punch callback. I was not expecting it. Until it happened, and then the whole place erupted, which was awesome.
Yeah, everyone went nuts.
Everyone went crazy for that. But yeah, I think Baraka was very cool. I like that I thought that his mouth wasn't a full prosthetic, but it was definitely partially prosthetic and partially CGI.
Little distracting.
Really?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was
good.
I thought it was a little too wavy.
I thought it was good. It's like Haunted Mask.
I thought it was pretty well done. Like he wasn't fully articulating. Like it wasn't like as with the giant mouth, he wasn't making full words.
His teeth were like here. They were like around his face.
Yeah, which I don't think you could.
Cool.
But you couldn't also have him like fully. You couldn't read his lips and understand what he was saying without
I'm saying
any.
his lips could have been like behind his teeth.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Like it seemed like he had just a bunch of teeth around his lips. Like they were not inside of his mouth.
But I think that's kind of the design, right?
I think
of the
I think
character.
so.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the game. He has different designs. Sometimes he's just a big open mouth.
And he has like actual swords. These were more like bony.
It was bony.
They seemed it, yeah, because they were like under his skin, right? Like in his forearms.
I got Wolverine vibes.
Yeah, right. Like original
bit.
Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was cool. I like that fight.
And so during this time, just so we keep up with it, Kitana at some point gets captured by Jade. We keep on referencing this, but this is where he like Shao Kahn like brings her in the palace, intimidates her, and then he's like tie her up in the town square. So at this point, also, yeah, Quan Chi brings up Bihan, and they do the reveal where Noob Saibot comes back. I don't think they call him Noob Saibot by name, do they?
No, it's Bihan.
They just say Bihan the whole time. So you like this comeback, Eric? I thought it could have been a little more dramatic, the transformation and all that.
It could have been better. They could have been again, like what was it, an hour and 30 minutes the movie? Like
156, I think.
We gotta go. Like it's like no, we don't have no time for that. But it would have been cool if they were like, we have a surprise for you. Not that. Something like we're working on something big here. We're doing something, we're saving it for later. Quan Chi's in the doing some shit in the background that's gonna be like just wait. And that would have been cool. So we're anticipating something big and it's Bihan's return. But also at the end of the day, he was in every single trailer.
Yeah.
So we knew he was coming. It's not
a surprise. Yeah,
it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Dixon, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, I same thing. It was a cool scene, but we knew it was coming because of the trailers. And I want to say that was one of the clips that they released as well, like an extended version of that.
I didn't watch any, but they might have. Probably.
I think that was one. They released two, and I think that was one of them. So again, that takes it away if you know it's coming, especially everybody that we saw it with opening night. Like they're going to be the people that watch all of that stuff before going into this movie. So yeah, it was still a cool fight, but had I not known about it, would have added a little something to it for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, imagine if we didn't know about that.
Oh,
that would be
sick.
So cool.
I mean, the actor literally said in the first one he's contracted for 4 movies, so the cat was out of the bag from the first one.
It just because the trailer is basically a shot of every single fucking thing we saw in the movie.
Yeah, it's a highlight reel.
Yeah, it's a highlight reel. But just imagine if we. I don't think this movie is riding on that. I think they're like, we got to show them everything.
Yeah.
We got to put people in these movie theaters.
Well,
how's it doing the box office this weekend?
I think it did well. I think it did pretty well.
Last I looked, it was at 50.
Yeah.
Like this morning, maybe. It was just behind Devil Wears Prada.
Okay. Yeah, I think it did it did well or within expectations, which is good. We want that.
Yeah.
So, with the Baraka sequence done, they get them ushered underneath, and the heroes are now in the palace room, and they're all trying to just get the amulet. So we get this cool sequence. They're all kind of face off against Shao Kahn. Liu Kang does the whole thing with his fire dragons in the palace room. It's pretty sick.
Which reminds me of all the heroes trying to get Thanos' gauntlet.
Very similar. Very similar. Very similar to Annihilation, too. Only the effects are finished here. But so then Sonya fights him. Liu Kang and she are both, I believe, taken away to go to the next round. And Shao Kahn fights Jax, kills Jax. Legitimately surprising, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Did not expect that at all.
Like ripped his arms out.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy, right? First rips one of his arms, and then it was fucking crazy. And they're not able to get the amulet here. Bihan comes, steals it, disappears, and then we get the Kano reverse heel turn, where he comes up to Johnny, does all this stuff, says he prefers Earthrealm to Outworld, and this is kind of where we get the Johnny Kano team up. They go to Raiden, and of course he has just a little bit enough power to send them to Netherrealm, and they need to find Scorpion as their guide. So Kano and Johnny kind of steal the show here. Similar to Johnny and Liu Kang, they have like a buddy cop feel from the original first one. And so they go to Netherrealm and they meet our boy Scorpion, Hanzo Hasashi, and he's very like Japanese temple vibe. Kano eats the peach, which is obviously symbolism for like the apple and Adam and Eve, and then it turns into hell. So what are your thoughts on this, all this, the movement from the palace to this and Netherrealm?
Cliche. As soon as he took a bite of the peach, I was like, when is it going to turn to ash?
Right.
It's like a countdown went on.
Also, what was he doing? He was just like shoveling the sand or like raking.
Yeah,
the sand.
very Japanese. Yeah,
He was doing like the sand art.
yeah.
But like he was just like making
Meditating.
lines.
Yeah. But it was it just feels like the obligation. Like we have to go see Scorpion.
Yeah. But again, there was no tease or no hint at him at any other point in the movie.
No,
You know?
I don't even think I don't even know if they mentioned it around Cole at all.
No.
And they
not
don't
at
mention to him that Cole's dead. The way that they get him to
Yeah.
transform into Scorpion is they say Bihan's alive, which was sick actually.
Which is
the last thing Scorpion says to Cole in the first one was "Take care of my bloodline" or something.
And now he's
And he
dead.
gets
Yeah.
fucking murked.
there it goes.
They should bring him back. They should have him be the new Scorpion.
Maybe that will be it. That would probably make the most sense.
It has to be. But also remember, there's Sub-Zero's out. Sub-Zero has a brother.
I would like to see more Sub-Zero stuff.
So and they become friends. So it's like Sub-Zero and then this new Scorpion are like, okay, let's put our like ancestral differences aside. We need more fucking ninjas, man.
Yeah, it's
Come
disappointing.
on.
It's disappointing.
Yeah. This new one should be just ninja galore, like Air Mech, Rain.
That's what I want. I want them all in it. I want them all back.
Get a reptile on there.
Yes,
Like,
yes. I want like all my different color ninjas.
like Reptile didn't actually die. He's back. And now
Right,
he's a
right.
ninja.
Bring back everyone. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And give me my fucking robots. I want Cyrax.
Quan Chi.
so bad.
Quan Chi's around. You can do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
It'll be fine. So we get to the final round, finally. Shao Kahn's fighting again. So first he fights Liu Kang. Sick fight again. And another shocker, he mortally wounds Liu Kang. And we referenced this before, but I want to talk about it a little more deeply. Liu Kang has some line or you realize he's not the chosen one, and he evaporates into the fire, saying he'll rescue the fallen. What the fuck does this all mean? Eric, maybe you know, but I was a little confused by it.
Well, didn't you say to Kung Lao, I'm going to bring you back?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, it's something
So
with Kung Lao.
So he was alluding to that. Didn't he say I told you I'm going to bring you back or something? But anyway, he dies. Somehow,
Is he dead, or does he just like? Is it more like a Obi-Wan?
Like an Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
I think he's dead, but I think remember he's a Shaolin monk, so he has a strong belief in the afterlife system, whatever that may be. Wherever he's going, he knows he's going there.
Right.
So he's probably like, I'm going to go. Again, I think it would be cool if he became God of Fire.
It'd be sick.
Like
He went
reincarnated
into
himself.
fire. Yeah.
They didn't touch the gods, so I think
he had
time.
dual dragons. This one,
Yeah, it was sick. It was sick.
yeah. Liu Kang was so much better.
He was so good in this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was the writer,
They're listening to this. They're listening. To this.
or not. Maybe but knowing these movies, it's like maybe he just comes back. Maybe Raiden resurrects him or some shit, and he's just the same fucking dude.
Yeah. So then Sonya fights Shao Kahn. She also gets defeated because he's immortal. And one last thing she does is she frees Kitana before getting knocked out. And Shao Kahn in this moment wins the tournament, but then Kitana formally switches allegiances to Earthrealm, and she goes to fight Shao Kahn one-on-one. And so simultaneously through this moment, we're getting the fight with Johnny and Kano, and eventually Jade fighting Bihan and all the different forms of him moving around, doing very Noob Saibot stuff. And actually, my note at this point is, where are all the goddamn ninjas? Is my actual question. But since we just went through that, it's just, we can gripe on it all we want. But so eventually, Kano, Johnny Cage, and Jade win this fight. Johnny Cage gets his green power, does the famous kick, and they win the amulet. And now Shao Kahn is finally mortal. And pretty much as soon as he's mortal, oh, big fucking surprise, he dies. So this guy gets pretty much mortally wounded every fight, but finally now that he's not able to cheat, she beats him, and we get the 6 scene where his helmet comes off, falls down. This was all so good. Yeah, such a good payoff. And that's pretty much it. That's we get one more scene. I'll get one more scene here, but that's kind of it. As quick as it ends, or it begins, it ends. And so we get a scene sometime later. I believe they're all sitting by a fire or something like that. We have Johnny, Sonya, Raiden, Kitana, Jade, Kano, and Baraka. Well, Johnny's first telling the story to Baraka.
And a captured Quan Chi.
Right, and a captured Quan Chi, yes. And so they allude to going back to reviving or getting all their old friends back, which could mean Liu Kang, Jax, Cole, Kung Lao, Scorpion, who the hell knows. And we get that nice beauty shot of all of them just walking at the end. And then techno beats, Mortal Kombat! And the movie ends. You guys like the ending?
Yeah, it was fine. Just whatever. Did you feel like there was ever since Johnny Cage's fight with Kitana, it was non-stop. I think there was barely dialogue. It was just fight after fight after fight, to the point where when Shao Kahn fought Kitana, I was like, I don't even know if this is this finale.
It was hard. It was so much fighting.
There was no buildup. There was no acts. It was like act 1 and then
it was tournament structure. The structure on the tournament.
Yeah.
It's as if, I don't know if this analogy is going to make sense, but it's how like in a musical, it's all songs and there's just a couple scenes of dialogue in between. Yeah. This was like just fights with a couple scenes of dialogue in between. It's like the fight version of a musical.
But there was no like, oh no, the good guys don't have a shot. Now we lost it all. You know, like every movie, and I don't know the terminology, but it's like, oh shit, we just lost
the denouement. It's when like everything's like really low. Yeah.
Yeah. There was none of that.
Yeah, I guess there isn't, because even when Cole gets killed, they just move on. And when Jax dies, there's not even like a blink to think about it.
They all fucking die. They're all dying at every point of the movie.
Does Sonya even know that Jax is dead? I don't even think that's even there. Such a shit.
She gets knocked out, right? And then he gets killed?
Yeah, but at the end, like, there's no scene or like...
Oh, like her being like upset that Jax is dead.
Right, exactly. Yeah. There's no payoff there. And they're former partners. I mean, it's so funny because I love so many movies, and I could say like I kind of love this movie. I thought it was a great time, but it's bad, and in a way that Annihilation is obviously much worse. It's a horrible movie, Annihilation, but I kind of also like that too. It just shows that you could like a movie that's not so great for different reasons. But I had a good time here. I really did. Before we get to closings, our closing arguments here, we have done this every time. We just talk about our favorite fight. So I have an official list here of 12 fights in the movie.
Really?
I mean, quickly, I could go with this in lightning speed like we did the movie itself.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Try. Yeah, we could try to get them all.
King Jared with Shao Kahn.
Yep, that's the first one.
Johnny Cage Kitana. Sindel Sonya Blade.
Hold on. Wait. Okay, yeah, I got those. Yep.
Cole Shao Kahn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of going out of order now.
Yeah, that's fine. I
got him. Liu Kang Kung Lao.
Yep.
Jax Jade.
Yep.
I mean, Scorpion, Noob Saibot, Kano, all that as one.
Yeah, that's
fight.
one. That's one. Yeah.
Then the whole party infiltrating in the throne room.
Yep.
That whole thing. That includes Jackson's Shao Kahn. Or do you want me to break it out?
That's two different ones for me.
All right, Jax, Shao Kahn, and then the party infiltrate. Because then I think Sonya is also fighting Shao Kahn.
Yes, I have that. Yep.
And then we got Kitana, Shao Kahn at the end.
Yep.
Baraka, Johnny Cage in the middle there somewhere.
Yep.
Oh, I have two more.
Well, you kind of did it because you're just not naming individual ones. Sonya and Shao Kahn, and then Liu Kang, Shao Kahn. You got him.
I forgot about Liu Kang, Shao Kahn.
But yeah, I mean but you named the fights, so you got him. You got him.
Right.
Nice.
Not bad.
What was your favorite?
Probably Liu Kang, Kung Lao.
Dixon?
Just because the choreography with that one was
so good.
Sick.
And I feel like there was investment in the fight. That was a really personal one.
Yes. And everything was Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn was sick.
Yeah, maybe the Cole Shao Kahn, just because it looked like the game. like that first shot of them before they fight during the game, and then just the shock of the death at the end of it. I think that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, Cole Shao Kahn was my favorite.
Mm.
Is there a fight better than any fight in this movie in a previous one? Like, does the Sub-Zero Scorpion fight trump one of these?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's better than anything.
I really liked Cole Shao Kahn. I thought that was sick. I think the fights were better in this one overall, or the Liu Kang, Kung Lao, I think are better than anything we've gotten previously.
I think Sub-Zero's Scorpion in the first one at the end was better than anything in this movie. But I agree. I think this movie overall had better fights.
Yeah. I don't know. I do think that the Scorpion Sub-Zero one might be the best out of any fight in both of those movies. But I do think that overall these fights were of a better quality across the board compared to anything that was in that. Anything else, I should say, that was in the first one.
All right, boys. I feel like we talked enough about this movie. Can we finish him? Finish him.
Let's do it.
All right. Very simply, Dixon, do you like this movie?
I like this movie a lot. I had a great time. I enjoyed seeing it in the theater on opening night, opening weekend. I had a blast. I thought it was funny. I thought it was quick moving. I thought the fights were great. I thought the gore was awesome. It stepped it up from 2021. So yeah, it checked, could it have been a better movie, like in general? Sure, but it checked all of my boxes for what I wanted it to be. So yeah, I had a great time.
Eric?
I think these two Mortal Kombat movies taught me
Oh my God.
how to not take movies so seriously and kind of take a step back and be like, it's fucking Mortal Kombat. And I just have a soft spot for them, so I kind of let the ridiculously terrible writing and story arcs kind of not get in the way. So yes, this was a fun movie. I like this movie. It was better than it was not boring at all. There was no point where I was looking at my watch.
Yeah.
Like, it was a fun movie. Yeah. It was, yeah. I'll give it a tomato. What do they call it? Not
Certified fresh.
Certified fresh. Yeah.
Well, it is on the audience popcorn meter. It has like a 90%. And then on the reviews, it's currently at a 65. So less
Not
hot.
bad.
But not bad
though.
for a Mortal Kombat movie. It really isn't. Really isn't.
Wow.
Is it the highest rated out of the 4 so far?
Yeah. Probably by miles.
Yeah.
Well, what did we say? One of them was 45.
Annihilation had a 4%. So again, we're shooting kind of the bar is low, I would say that way. I'll just say the bar is low. But so yeah, Annihilation had a 4, and then the original had a 44, and the remake or 2021 had a 55. So this one is technically the best.
Nice. That's awesome.
And that actually brings me to my next question. Let's rank them. What would be your ranking, Dix?
Ranking as far as my favorite or what I think is the best.
Do 1, 2, 3, 4, top to bottom, best to worst.
I'm putting this at 1, 95 at 2, 21 at 3, and Annihilation at 4. That's my order.
95 to Annihilation 21.
Wow, you think 2021 is better than Annihilation?
We talked about Annihilation. It's a part of who I am at this point.
True. Okay.
It is who I am. So
Yeah.
it's
Wait, you said 1995, this one.
Annihilation, and then 21. That's yours too.
I'm going to flip. I'm going to do a slight flip. This is the best Mortal Kombat movie. So I'm going to do Mortal Kombat 2, 95, Annihilation, 2021 Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
So 10 years from now, you're not watching any Mortal Kombat movies. You would choose to revisit this one over 95. 10 years from now.
I don't know. Nostalgia factor. I could maybe. We'll see what happens with this if this keeps going. This series, but Nostalgic? No, I'll probably go back to the Robin Shou one, Green Room, and
If this is the best, if they make two more, and this is by far the best one, would you think of it lesser? You know what I mean? Like,
would it be worse? No, I understand what you're saying.
Would it be worse if this peaked?
In some ways, this works as a standalone. If it had to be,
I mean, it should have been the first one.
It works. It works to standalone. The Cole stuff, you don't need it really. It's enough. So no, I think this is, as it stands, this is the best Mortal Kombat.
So this is peak Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, come on.
I need more ninjas. It's not a perfect movie.
It's true,
but I think it's the best one. It's definitely the most cohesive and the best fight choreography for sure.
Agreed.
It's the prequels of Mortal Kombat.
Oh God.
Can't wait for the sequel trilogy. Yeah. So looking at it, where does 3 go? Eric, this is a question more teed up for you because you're more familiar with the story.
I think Deadly Alliance, makes the most sense.
They wouldn't go 3 and 4, like the plots for those.
I don't know.
Go to Earthrealm or something like that.
I don't know anything about 4. I think it was exclusively released on Dreamcast or something.
Oh, that's sick.
I think that's when I fell off because I'd never. Who the fuck had a Dreamcast? You probably had a Dreamcast.
I didn't. No, they were sick though, dude.
Everyone had like a cousin who had a Dreamcast.
Yeah, right.
But they were really cool. But but again, it was like 2 games, and I think I could be again. We might be wrong. But that's when I fell off for a little bit, and then I came back with Deadly Alliance. But Deadly Alliance, Dixon, is when, I think we said this, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi team up, kill Shao Kahn, and kind of rule together.
That's cool.
Until they betray each other.
But Shang Tsung did so little in this movie, and so did Quan Chi, that I feel like that has to happen.
They did so much setup for them. Yeah.
This has to happen. Like, Shang Tsung would rescue Quan Chi. Together we will, blah, blah, blah.
Otherwise, who is the big bad? I really don't know other than Shinnok.
In that movie, there was like this dragon. No, wait.
There are other ones. I'm not as familiar with the series. I know that there are other people they could go to, but they did the biggest names. So I feel like a Deadly Alliance, like a twofer, makes a little more sense.
There was like a dragon named Onaga.
Oh, that's right. I read about him.
And I think Shao Kahn is like half dragon or something. So this would be his full dragon like lineage or something. And again, could be making this up. That would be cool. Just like, you know what would be cool if they introduced animalities.
Oh, that would be sick. Well, I feel like they're coming towards like a Nightwolf kind of thing. Maybe something with going into the other world. They'll meet Nightwolf, something with that.
Well, let me hijack for a second. Which characters do we need? What new characters do we need in 3?
Yeah, Nightwolf was one of the main ones I was thinking about. I mentioned Kenshi. Oh, Shiva. We haven't had Shiva. Oh, wow. We haven't had Motaro in this new one.
Motaro, Ermac, Rain.
All the ninjas. All the ninjas.
Just give me ninjas.
In one battle. Just a ninja battle. That's what they got to do. But I feel like we're also missing some like big characters. Remember Stryker?
I don't remember Stryker.
He was just a dude with a gun.
Well, they need Stryker in there then.
Yeah,
he could be the Jax replacement.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit. Well, we talked a lot about what worked in the movie and what didn't work. But in the first one, there was like namely like they needed Cole was the problem, or they needed to fix certain things that I think they did tweak in this one. What do you think they would have to tweak in 3? The writing.
What's your question? Oh, the writing.
What would need to be what needs to be changed in the next one to kind of improve this movie?
I have nothing.
Everything.
Yeah, there's not much you can do to improve this.
It's perfect as is.
I mean, the pacing was just fucking too fast.
Wild. Yeah,
wild.
It
was just too much. No, got nothing. I think for 3, they should focus on Deadly Alliance. We get a little bit more background into Lin Kuei, because the Lin Kuei was a huge like ninja assassin organization that's been like centuries old. That's where Sub-Zero came into play. And they tried to like optimize, and they said, okay, like the problem with assassins is they have human emotions, and in order to eliminate that, we need to come up with this like cyborg program, and I forget what it's called, but there is a program where they just wanted to turn their assassins into cyborgs, and
Yeah, I love
Smoke
that.
was an assassin who unwillingly became one. I think Sector was like, I'm all in.
Oh, right, Sector.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Cyrax, I forget what his deal was, but like basically you had 3 cyborgs part of the Lin Kuei, and it was Smoke, Sector, and Cyrax.
So sick.
Yeah.
I want to play right now. I was looking at buying the game, and I was like, I don't need to do this right now. I have so much other shit to do.
But there's so much story there.
Yeah, there is.
Like Smoke was the sad one who basically was like punished and became a cyborg. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's
they
sick.
can do all that shit. That could be the backstory. That could be the intro. You know, like
I wonder. Yeah, I was wondering what their intro would be next time around and what they
probably
would do.
that would be cool. And
That
then
would
you
be
get
sick.
into the Deadly Alliance where Shang Tsung rescues Quan Chi. They team up. They say, "Fuck this. We're gonna just do something. We have a goal."
Yeah, they just
And
want the power
then-
to themselves. Yeah,
And then maybe they incorporate the cyborgs because they're easy to control, and those are that's their army basically.
Mm.
And then you have them stopping the cyborg army. Done.
Be sick.
Another great script by Eric.
Imagine that's the movie.
It's published. You heard it here first.
All right, you guys got any other final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Nope.
No, had a blast. Really enjoyed it.
Everyone, I think that is a wrap on Mortal Kombat 2 and our Mortal Kombat rewatch series. I cannot believe we did it. And if you went on this 4-week journey with us, thank you for fighting through. And we always appreciate you subscribing and helping us build this thing. But we are only just ramping up. Next week, we are shifting gears quite a bit, breaking our movie marathon tradition already. And we're doing a TV show just once, I promise. Doing a very quick one. We're doing a look back at The Mandalorian, hosted by Dixon. And that will be preceding our Mandalorian and Grogu episode, which comes out the week after. So lots to look forward to. Dixon, I know you'll be priming us really nice with that Mando series, little Boba Fett in there,
Oh, yeah.
little Baby Yoda. And, you know, at one point we did consider doing Star Wars, but we're not going to blow our load on that just yet. You know, it's only Mando. So we'll see what happens there. But in June, we also have some big things coming. Scary Movie 6, Toy Story 5, Disclosure Day, and a few other things along the way. So lots coming, lots to stick with us. And always remember, the movie may be over, but the marathon always continues. Peace.
Peace.